So, you're tired of being broke and you want to change your financial situation. They've always told us that to have a good life, you gotta study, get a job, spend your money, and wait for retirement. Sounds like the right path, but in reality, that's exactly what keeps people stuck financially. The truth is, a paycheck just isn't enough anymore to maintain a decent lifestyle, especially if you're living in a big city where rent is through the roof. In this video, I'm going to show you a way to break out of this cycle and start building your financial freedom. Step 1. Create an income. There are two main ways to stop being broke. Get a high-paying job or start your own business, or win the lottery. But, let's exclude this option. Both of these paths have their pros and cons, and you don't have to choose just one. If you're starting from zero, your first goal should be to start making money. And the fastest way to do that is by getting a job that gives you a monthly income. I'd recommend finding a job that helps you build a valuable skill, such as a sales job. That way, you're not just making money, but you're also learning something that could eventually make you millions. Once you've got a stable income, you can use that money to build a second stream of income. But it has to be in that order, because without a steady paycheck, you won't be able to sustain your side hustle. Like I mentioned in another video, one of the best side hustles you can start, in my opinion, is a YouTube channel. You can start with very little money, which means way less risk. But keep in mind, it takes effort and consistency to build something solid. Step 2. Pay yourself first. Being broke isn't just about how much you make, it's about how you manage the money you have. You could be making millions and still be broke if you spend everything that comes in. This is why saving money is one of the most important habits for building financial stability. Without savings, you have no capital to invest, and you're stuck relying on your paycheck forever. One of the best ways to save is the pay yourself first method. As soon as you get paid, set aside a fixed percentage for savings before you spend a single dollar on anything else. I won't go too deep into this since I've already made a video on it that you can find here on the channel. But in general, don't waste your money on scammy courses, done-for-you services, gambling, high-risk investments, anything promising crazy returns. Trust me, watching your savings disappear is not fun. Step 3. Investment. Keeping your money sitting in the bank isn't a great strategy because of inflation. If you saved $10,000 and just left it in the bank for 5 years, with an average inflation rate of 3% per year, you'd lose about $1,500 in purchasing power. That's why, once you've built up some initial savings, it's crucial to figure out where to invest it to get the most out of your money. A lot of people immediately think about investing in financial markets, but that might not be the best move if your main goal is to change your financial situation now. Let's say you invest your $10,000 with an average annual return of 7%. In 20 years, you'd have around $40,000. But the question is, will having an extra $40,000 in 30 years really change your life? The smartest thing you can do is put yourself in a position to earn more money, and the best way to do that is by developing high-value skills that will increase your value in the marketplace. Learning in-demand skills allows you to offer services, start a business, or land a higher-paying job, and that is what will make your first $100,000. Effectively, learning new things has a cost. However, I have two free alternatives that I also use. The first one is just YouTube. In fact, just search for what you want to learn, followed by these keywords, and you will see that there are many good videos. On the other hand, if you love reading but don't want to spend a fortune on books, there's a website where you can download them for free. Step 4. Actually doing the math. I'm not talking about the math they taught us in school, but the math you need to make smart financial decisions. Let me give you an example. My friend Steve has been working hard and managed to save up $20,000. He wants to spend it, but isn't sure on what. Then he sees his friend bought a brand new Mercedes, so he decides to get a new car too. He goes for a Mustang that costs $50,000. Financing it over 5 years at a 7% interest rate. His monthly payment comes out to around $990, which means the car didn't actually cost him $50,000. It cost him over $59,000. And on top of that, the car loses at least 50% of its value, so he basically threw away $34,000 just to own it. This example highlights a crucial concept: the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket over time, like a rental property, dividend-paying stocks, or a business that generates income. A liability, on the other hand, takes money out of your pocket. things like a house, a mortgage, or other expenses. This book explains it perfectly. A lot of people who look rich are actually broke because they spend their money on liabilities instead of buying things that create cash flow. Here's the real difference. In the traditional path, you work your whole life and then perhaps enjoy retirement. In the financial freedom path, you focus on building income streams that work for you. So one day, you won't have to trade your time for money because time is the most valuable resource we have. And the goal is not simply to earn more money, but to have the freedom to choose how you live.